Good morning, or whatever time it is, wherever you are situated. Welcome back to another video about WandaVision. Actually, it's going to be a breakdown of episode 3, which is again 25 minutes long with around 7 minutes of credits. Thank you, Marvel. But we get to see so many Easter eggs once again. This time I do not have 3 pages, but at least, 2. Or at least one big one. And there are a lot of Easter eggs, and I've got some theories, some new ones, or, I eliminated some old ones. And I will now get into this with you. And as always, this one contains spoilers. If you haven't seen WandaVision episode 3, or if you even haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, this will contain some spoilers, so sorry ahead. Alright, let's get started. I will definitely start with the Easter eggs and theories first before going into the storyline, which we normally don't comment that much on. So Geraldine, or let's say Monica Rambeau, comes back pretty much early in the episode to see Wanda, and we get to see her a lot in this episode. And she brings a lot of clues with her. First of all, the necklace she has on her, even before Wanda mentions or realizes it, is a S.H.I.E.L.D logo. Hey, we already established a theory in the last video that Monica Rambeau might be S.H.I.E.L.D. So hey, here we go. This one proved it. Thank you, Marvel. So we have this S.H.I.E.L.D logo once again within the illusion world. What is important here might be that the S.H.I.E.L.D acronym got changed for this TV show. Alright, so I need to read it out because I'm so bad in pronouncing it. S.H.I.E.L.D normally, or in the comics, stands for Sentient World Observation and Response Department. So basically it reacted to aliens, or was supposed to. For the TV show, they changed it to Sentient Weapon Observation and Response Department. So basically, S.H.I.E.L.D is watching Wanda, and Wanda is considered a weapon. Might sound harsh, but at the same time, it's not that strange, because General Ross in Civil War declares Bruce Banner and Thor as weapons as well, when he's asking the Avengers where those 2 Avengers are currently hiding, as he doesn't know where they are, and the Avengers are shortly, or the government is actually compiling the Sokovian Accords. So we already had this little slight S.H.I.E.L.D reference in Civil War back days. Nicely made, Marvel, nicely made. The next thing, which is also pretty awesome, was the commercial we got to see once again. And it was once again a Hydra commercial. This one abolished my illusion theory from the last video already. So this commercial shows us that Hydra is in fact in charge of this world, or whatever this thing is that Wanda is in, but it's definitely Hydra who's in charge. We see the Hydra soak with the slogan, helps you escape all the drama in your current life without even really leaving the current life. So when I saw this commercial, it felt amazing. I mean, we all hate Hydra, I hope so, but this one gave me chills because I'm a huge Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D fan, and this was straight ahead Hydra season 4 Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D framework. Like, this is the equivalent to the framework Hydra in season 4. I know that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D the framework is not based or not made by Hydra, but within the framework of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D in season 4, we have Hydra, and Hydra is using soap to manipulate the memories and wipe the memories of the human beings being within this framework. And those people being in the framework is, well, the framework in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D is also a digital virtual illusion world, because people are not physically in there. People who know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. know that Coulson, it's one of my favorite quotes Coulson says in season 4 when Daisy and Simmons go into the framework in order to help to get the team out of the framework. So Coulson is talking about the soap Hydra is making and giving out, so to manipulate the memories and everything. And he's like, but don't worry, I'm clear, I make my own soap now, which was pretty funny back days. For me, this is a reference to that, because going further, we get to see Vision talking to Agnes and Herbert about, well, Geraldine, and both of them are very concerned about Geraldine because she does not have a home, which would also make sense that she doesn't have a home, since she's not created by Hydra, but she's a sword agent and she doesn't belong into this Westview world. So it's basically true that she doesn't have a home. Looking back to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Gemma Simmons went into the framework, she wasn't part of the initial framework itself, and she was basically dead. She was dead in the framework, and when she went into the framework as a living person, she was completely in control of her own thoughts and feelings, because she didn't know, or well, she basically was not supposed to be there, so she didn't have a license, she didn't have her personal documents with her, because she basically came back to life by joining the framework. So for me, this is a reference to this. Some people haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Die-hard Marvel fans should have, but no front here. I believe it's not important to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to understand the rest of the MCU and WandaVision. It's definitely not important to watch it. Still, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is an amazing show, and this might be a cross-reference to it. At least it gives me the season 4 framework vibes when I see this commercial and the soap. As I said, this one demolishes my theory about Wanda setting up this world herself, because this is the first TV commercial that has no reference to the drama and pain that was caused in Wanda's backstory or in Wanda's life before that. So this is a new commercial with basically stating, hey, it's us, it's Hydra. Coming back to Agnes and Herbert, I believe his name was Herbert. I'm not quite sure though. They're standing there and trying to Herbert is trying to cut through the property to Wanda and Vision, which was very strange. I didn't quite get it why they're doing that, but Vision was definitely suspicious about it. And Agnes and Herbert were acting really weird, and I believe my theory that Agnes might be Hydra is still somehow in place, since both knew what was kind of happening or why Geraldine might not have a home. Herbert was trying to say more, but Agnes stopped him right there and started to act completely weird and just left and said goodbye and said that she needed to go back to Ralph. Coming to Ralph, we do have another Mephisto reference. Well, I still believe Ralph might be Mephisto, and that Agnes and Ralph will have a bigger role in the further story. All those strange things were happening during the very short pregnancy, which basically flew by within 24 hours, right? So this 9 months passed by within 24 hours. I believe it seemed a little bit ridiculous how surprised and kind of scared WandaVision were, but I believe this was because both of them weren't in control of what was happening, especially not Wanda. From the comics, I know that one of the kids will have Wanda's powers. So one of those kids in the womb was doing that, doing the rain when her water broke, which was funny, and all the other things. And in a very short scene within all those strange happenings, we get to see the fireplace blowing up with fire. Fire is a reference to Mephisto. It's not a direct reference, of course, because it didn't happen in the same time as Ralph or Mephisto or anything Mephisto-like was being mentioned. But still, we get to see this little fragment because everything else was pretty harmless, with the wind, with the butterflies, with everything just going crazy, or with the rain, and then we have this fire breaking out. Just a very short 2-second scene. Well, it was fire, which could be connected to Mephisto. So as I said, we've got 2 kids. The second one coming by surprise. So we've got Tommy and Billy. In 24 hours, 9 months have passed, and we can consider, or we should expect that the kids will develop and grow bigger faster than a normal human being should, as it's Wanda's children. Not only the pregnancy flew by within 24 hours, but they will most likely grow up pretty fast. Which would also make sense, since in the comics they fight along with the Avengers. What we also get from the Doctor and the wife is that people cannot go on vacation. The Doctor reveals it on a very strange manner to Vision that, well, it's a small town and you can't really escape it. It gave me some very bad vibes there. So, but this is something we kind of knew already, and we get to see in the end of the episode when Geraldine gets kicked out of the whole world. But before Wanda does that, Wanda's standing in her living room, looking at the twins and talking to Geraldine, and she says that Wanda is basically also a twin, and that her brother's name is Pietro. She starts to sing in Sokovian, a Sokovian lullaby to the twins, to the boys. And then Geraldine just stands next to her and mentions Ultron. She's Pietro, he got killed by Ultron, and this drives Wanda completely mad. And she asks her what she just said, and Geraldine herself realizes that she blew up her cover. And in one moment she also said, "Wanda, don't be like that. Like, I'm not the enemy here, but it isn't enough." And Wanda just kicks Geraldine out of the whole world, whatever this kind of world is, and we can see her landing outside of this bubble and sword storming to Geraldine and helping her out. But they don't go in, they just help Geraldine. Geraldine was able to leave this world. The big question is if anyone else is able and supposed to leave. But another thing is when we see Geraldine landing outside the world, the big screen that welcomes, or the big table that welcomes people to Westview, says, "Home is where you make it." This little eye icon there reminded me a little bit of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2 and 3. There is this little poster in the new base of operation of S.H.I.E.L.D. Which says, "Suspected, reported." But this is just something I picked up on the side note. So again, a lot of Easter eggs and theories being changed or confirmed, or going into deeper direction, or going into more deep dimensions. And in general, this episode looked a little bit ridiculous in the beginning with Wanda and Vision about the pregnancy of Wanda, but it all made sense. And now that Geraldine is being kicked out of the world, I am very curious to know what happens next, because this was the only S.H.I.E.L.D. agents we had on the inside, or at least the only S.H.I.E.L.D. agents we knew about that was on the inside of this world. Right? So this is going to be a crazy and amazing next episode. And I hope we get to see more screen time than 25 minutes, because this is going to be really, really exciting. So yeah, this is what I picked up, and I hope I could give you an insight to what the little clues might mean, or what to expect in the next episodes. Maybe you missed some of those things yourself, or maybe you saw more than I did. If you did, just leave a comment below, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to follow the future breakdowns of WandaVision episodes and Marvel projects I'm going to do here. Have a nice day, stay healthy and safe, and see you next week.